so much for joining us in the lobby and getting to show our online community just a small face of what the Guatemala mission teams looks like. So this is Lisa. Lisa has been leading our teams to Guatemala for close to 10 years, and sometimes she takes more than one trip, sometimes 2 trips each year. And 165 different people have been on these trips, and sometimes they go more than once. So you do such a great job leading this ministry and really helping change lives. So thank you so much for your passion for Guatemala and for loving on Juan Carlos and Elizabeth, who we're going to talk about a little bit. So Lisa, could you introduce your team and who you brought with you today?
Yes, I would love to. This is Mackenzie Elringer and Glenn Linder and Patty Elringer.
Awesome. Thank you guys for coming in. So Mackenzie, we're going to start with you. Okay, so we are so excited that you're here. And so how old are you and how many times have you been to Guatemala?
I'm 13 and I've been to Guatemala twice.
Oh my gosh, that is so fun. Do you have any, what are your favorite things the things that you look forward to when you go down there?
Going down and giving the kids their shoes and their bags and the smiles on their face when they walk away looking at their stuff.
Oh, that must be so awesome for them to get to see you as a student, get to go down and greet those students as well. What do you look forward to most when you go down there?
Being able to go hang out with friends down there, like Matthew and Andrew and the kids from the school, and be able to hang out with them.
Oh, that is so awesome. And so I think I asked you about your favorite trips. Do you have any other little key things that you want to put in there that you just love doing when you go down there?
Just go to the church. Being able to hang out with my sponsor. This year I wasn't able to that much because of COVID, but being able to hang out with the sponsors and all the kids.
Oh, that is so great. That's so awesome that you get to go and that you've been twice. What an experience. Oh my gosh. So Patty, my next question is going to go to you. Patty is our interpreter. Every time that we write letters to our sponsored children, Patty takes those letters and she translates them for us. So what kind of experience is that for you?
It's a huge blessing. It's for me, it's not like a hard work or anything. It's just a blessing to be able to help to communicate the sponsors to the kids. For the kids, it's a big thing to receive maybe a gift, but to receive a letter or a picture, it's really important for them. It shows them that somebody's thinking about them. It shows them somebody loves them. We have a sponsor for more than 7 years, and she has posters for pictures that we have sent every year in her room. So that means they're waiting for that. They're not expecting, but they're just waiting for some news from their sponsors. So for me, it's just a blessing to have the opportunity to do that every year.
Well, thank you so much for all the hard work that you put into that, because I know that you're getting, tons and tons of letters that you do have to translate for us, but we so appreciate that you're able to share our heart with the students down there.
It's my pleasure.
Oh, so thank you so much. So Glenn, we're going to bump it over to you. So you have been to Guatemala 5 times, is that right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so you've expanded walls at the schools, you've added new classrooms, built picnic tables, you've done a ton of things out there, team rooms, dorm rooms, and you also sponsor a child. So what are some of those things that keeps you coming back?
Well, God's given me a desire just to go down there, and it started with a challenge from Pastor Dale. But then by going down, there's an experience that you can only experience by going there. All my life I've been in construction and stuff, and so it's just natural for me to be involved in the building processes and even putting stoves in. And most of the places down there, they are just open air. The little boy that I sponsor, the floor in their house is dirt, and it's just with a stove and stuff now, the smoke goes out through the roof, where prior to that it didn't. But it's just been a privilege to be able to go down and to take the gifts down to these kids that the sponsors have given them, and for the kids to know that somebody cares enough to not only give them a gift but to pray for them.
Oh my goodness, that is so special. So you are so personally invested in what's going on in Light of the World School. So what's it like to be so involved like that?
Well, to be involved for me is just the idea of watching God work. Every time we go down, we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but we know that something different will happen than happened last time, and just to see whether it be building a picnic table or whether it just be being with the kids and just seeing them, watch them as they worship the Lord. It's just neat to see the way they do it. One thing I enjoy is when we go down and the kids are in school there, it's nothing to get 100 kids to come give you a hug.
Oh my goodness.
And these kids, they just love attention, and they just love knowing that somebody cares.
Oh my gosh, what a great experience to have 100 kids come give you a hug. I can't even imagine what that feels like. Oh my goodness, that's
It's amazing.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
So Lisa, we're gonna bump it over to you now. So
Okay.
let's talk about the last 2 years. We know that everybody's had challenges, obviously, with what's going on. So what are some of the challenges that Light of the World School has faced during this, and with the shutdowns and the health concerns and things like that? What's
Yes.
going on down there?
Things were shut down for several months. Liz was sharing with me that their kids were stuck at home without leaving for 6 months straight.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of these kids, they have one room, maybe two. There's not a lot of room outside, so they're literally stuck inside. A lot of them suffer from depression. And I know that that happens here and everywhere, but for some reason when I'm there, it just feels more intense. There was a lot of people, when there's no work, there's no food. So white flags would be out. And even on this last trip, when we were there, we walked by, there was a lady standing outside a grocery store holding up a white flag. And the white flag means there's no food.
Oh my
So
goodness.
it's been very hard for them. The kids, even at the school, they only the older kids go 2 days a week, and then the younger kids are all still online. So the younger kids haven't even been at school.
Oh my goodness.
So they still have not been at school. So the good news is that they're hoping starting next school year, which actually runs January through October,
Okay.
that they have applied to have the kids come back to school in person.
Okay.
So we'd love for everybody to be praying for that to happen.
Yeah. So how else can we partner with you with Guatemala and Light of the World? Like, so you mentioned prayer. What else? What other things can we do?
Okay, yes, well, obviously prayer is a big one. Another thing, though, people can go on mission trips. If you have a sponsored child, you can visit them,
Okay.
which is amazing to go to their home. People can even give one-time gifts towards the school, because it is a big deal for these kids to be able to go to a private Christian school. So there's one-time gifts, sponsor a child, pray for them, and right now we do not need money for stoves or the food program.
Okay.
But again, just whatever help. If you have any questions, I love talking about Guatemala and the needs there and what's going on and what God's doing. So please just contact me
Okay.
with more questions.
Yeah. So you can email her at, your email is lisa@foothillsonline.com.